Hi guys, it's Jess from Honest Fiction and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart. I recently finished this series and was just completely blown away. So today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free book review of The Flock, Exodus, and The Finish Line by Kate Stewart. Alright guys, before we jump into the video, I just want to say that the Ravenhood series is by far one of my top reads of 2021. I loved everything about this series. I ended up reading all 3 books in 4 days, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I already want to go back and reread it. I just really enjoyed it. And I will say the formatting of this video is going to be a little different just because I typically review fantasy romance books, and there is no fantasy in this. This is actually a contemporary romance series with a lot of different thriller and mystery elements like interwoven. Oh my goodness, I just love this series. So the way this is going to be formatted is I'm going to go over the Ravenhood series book order, then I'm going to do a very brief spoiler-free book review followed by the reasons why I really enjoyed this series. Also some reasons why some people might be a little hesitant to pick it up. But yeah, so if you're unfamiliar with my channel, I post new videos every Thursday and Sunday. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. You can also hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I post new bookish content. You can also check out my Instagram. It is linked down in the description below. And with all of that being said, let's discuss the Ravenhood series. All right guys, so I'm gonna start off with the reading order. So the first book up is Flock, which is followed by Exodus. Now, Exodus was supposed to be the last book in the series. It was only supposed to be a duology. However, while Kate Stewart was writing the epilogue for Exodus, it turned into The Finish Line, which, funny enough, is actually the longest book in this entire series. Now, I will say I read the first book, Flock, physically, but then switched to audiobook for the second two, and I am so happy I did. There is a certain character that has an accent, and it is done very well in the audiobook form, so I highly suggest picking up the audiobooks for the entire series. Alright guys, so jumping into the plot, this is going to be a very vague, spoiler-free summary. This story is following Cecilia, who is a 18-year-old girl who has agreed to spend a year working for her estranged father in order to claim this ridiculously huge inheritance. I think it's like a few $1 million. And she has no relationship with her father. She hasn't seen him in many years, and she knows absolutely no one in this small town she'll be working in. So the first day of work, she meets a very attractive young man named Sean, and they hit it off right away. Well, Sean slowly takes her to all of these different gatherings and meetups, and Cecilia begins to talk to his friends and really just become immersed in his world. And then she starts to realize that everyone in his world has these matching tattoos of ravens, and it goes from there. So that was, like I said, a very vague summary, but the reason being, the back of this book gives you absolutely nothing. This is the most vague summary on the back of this book I have ever read, and that was really frustrating, but I think the reason is so you can be just as confused as Cecilia is going into this world and trying to uncover all of the secrets of this society. And oh my goodness, like I said, I love this series. There's slow burn romance, there's different relationships that I haven't really ever read about before but really enjoyed, and the mystery thriller aspects of this book just kept me hooked the entire time. There's so many different relationships explored, and I loved it. Nothing in this book was predictable, and this book in particular, Exodus, the second book of the series, is by far my favorite, and I was weeping at the end of this book. So I will say, for people that have heard some mixed reviews of this, there is a lot. I would definitely check the trigger warnings before jumping into this. Also, a lot of people describe this as like ridiculously spicy. There are some spicy scenes. I think if you've read like the Bargainer series or anything by like Kate Robert, it is nowhere near as spicy as that. So I feel like there's spicy scenes, but nothing in detriment to the plot. I think the plot of this book or the plot of the series is where this series shines. I love the characters in this series. This is a very character-driven series. And oh my gosh, it's so good. So please do yourself a favor, read this series, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, that is it for my mini review of the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart. Please let me know in the comments if you've read the series and what you thought about it. Also, if you've read any series that are similar to this series, please let me know in the comments down below. I have not had a book hangover this bad since I think I read ACOTAR, and I'm in a lot of pain, and I don't want to just keep rereading the series. So please let me know if you have any recommendations down below. And with that being said, I said this already, I post new videos every Thursday and Sunday, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I will see you all next week. Bye.